Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This video is going to be a little bit of a try on style haul video. I got in the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Rich Romantic palette. I feel like I'm one of the last people to actually try this, but I just ordered it when it came out and it just got to me. And then I also got some of the new very shimmery single eyeshadows from Glaminatrix. Two from the old bundle, two from the new bundle. I believe these are called Glimmering Creatures. I will put it on the screen if I'm wrong. And then I also actually made another order from Kiko Milano from their holiday premiere collection. I already did a video on this, but then I made another order because some things were sold out in real life. I got a little bit of a discount code, so that was nice. So I got two more of the lipstick and gloss 2-in-1 lip products. I'm gonna swatch them on my lips for you. And I also got the perfume. I feel like some people were pretty interested in this, so I'm just gonna spray this on and try and describe this for you. This is the gold one. There's also the white one. One of these I really didn't like, one of these I did really like, and I'm really hoping that I bought the right one. This is the bottle. It looks quite nice, but I do feel like it could have been a little less plasticky with regards to the cap. It just feels a little plasticky to me personally. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's do this first because I need to know if this was the one that I liked. I usually spray in the cap first. Ooh. I think I bought the right one. Okay, it's not like I have a choice now. At this point I just have to like it. Okay, I'm gonna spray on a little bit and hope that this is the right one. I sprayed it on in the store, and at first I thought it smelled a little like licorice, a little bit too much like licorice, very licorice mixed with some herbs maybe, but then in the end it took a little time. I think after about 10 minutes it began smelling more warm, a little bit more like amber, a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more warm and cozy. And I'm gonna try and describe it. Now it smells a little bit like, I don't know if the notes are on here. It smells a little bit more like spices and a little bit more like licorice almost. Even though that's not a note that's in here, I just feel like that. I smelled it somewhere. Okay, I think let's go into swatching some products. This is just gonna be a pretty chill video. This is just gonna be a bit all over the place, like it's pretty late in the day and I still wanted to film something. I still wanted to show this to you. I'm gonna take up this sweater because it's gonna be hard to swatch with this on. All right, my arms are free, ready to go. So let's see. This is just a very shimmery single eyeshadow collection that we have from Glaminatrix right now. I really love the brand, and I also have pretty good faith in that they are gonna have like nice quality eyeshadow. So this is shade Panda. This is from volume 1, and I'm just gonna see. Okay, that looks very shiny. I would say it's not chunky. It is kind of like this more finely milled shimmer, but you can see the shimmer in there. So let's see. Yeah, I would say this is kind of like this sophisticated shimmer. It is not chunky. I was kind of like not scared, but wondering how this shimmer was gonna be. Like if it was gonna be more like super visible chunky shimmer on the lids, or more like a veil of shimmer. Next up we have a light blue from the volume 2 collection. This is Swallow, and ooh, that looks really nice. Ooh, that looks promising. Okay, it is a very cool tone, light blue, but there's something like almost a little bit of warmth in there as well. Like it's not duochrome, but it feels quite dimensional. I really like that shade. That is very, very pretty. Alright, the next shade is also from the volume 2 bundle. This is shade Robin, and this is a kind of like baby pink, light pink, leaning kind of neutral but not exactly neutral. This is very nice. These are really, really pretty. Then the last shade I have is the shade Fox, and this is from the volume 1 bundle, but this one is a little darker. It is more like a, I don't know, taupey kind of shade that looks really nice. And oh, that one is stunning. I feel like that one is the most pigmented shade from the 4 that I picked up. I think these are really stunning. I feel like they looked a little bit more similar when I just like unboxed them, but now seeing them all on my arm, like these are really stunning. I don't think I'm gonna be wearing them today, but I feel like I haven't really heard anyone about this, so I wanted to just like swatch it live for you on camera. I'm just gonna remove this and then we can move on to the eyeshadow palette. I'm starting to smell kind of like this spicy warmth in the perfume, and I really like it. Like once it kind of settles down and you start smelling the vanilla, it's really nice. I really like it. When I first smelled it, I was like, no. And like the girl at the counter, she was also like, have you smelled the perfumes? And I was like, yes, but I don't like them. But here I am. I still bought one. I do think that this is pretty expensive. Like this is 30 euros. You do get 50 milliliters, but it's a bit expensive for Kiko, but the whole collection I thought was a little bit more on the expensive side. Okay, let's move on to the Glaminatrix Cosmetics Rich Romantic palette. I haven't really seen a lot of reviews with this. I haven't really seen a lot of looks. I try to sometimes not watch too many videos if I've already ordered something, because I know I'm gonna get it in anyway and I'm gonna review it. So then I might be a little bit too influenced by what other people say. Like I try not to be. I try to like make up my own opinion. But let's talk about this color story. It's very purple leaning. We have some lighter tones, we have some deeper tones, we have some green in here as well, which is very interesting. It makes me think kind of like of romantic nature. It's a little bit, yeah, romantic, but it feels a little bit more grounded, like a rose garden or something like that. That is what I think about when I see this palette. Okay, let's do some swatches. I'm gonna start out with the shade Admire, which is kind of like a mauve pink shade. Ooh, that swatches really nicely. It's very pigmented. Then we have Romantic, which is a iridescent shade, which is green, yellow, orange, a little bit of everything. Well, not everything, but it seems like a multichrome, very pretty. Ooh, that is stunning. I am swatching this very beautifully, of course. I hope you can kind of see it. I feel like it is on the softer side looking at it like this, but the shift is really pretty. Okay, let's move on to the shade Intoxicating, which is a very light baby pink. It is a bit on the powdery side, but it is very pigmented. I think that's gonna be a very nice inner corner highlight, like a matte inner corner highlight shade. Then we have shade Captivating. Let's see what this is exactly. Okay, it seems to be kind of like a baby pink that goes to kind of like a lime almost. It is sparkly, it has duochrome to it. It looks really beautiful. Okay, that is a stunning shade. Do you see that shine? That's stunning. It's just kind of like this pink to bluish almost. It looks really good. Then we have shade Timeless, which is a very grungy green. Ooh, very cool. It gives this palette something different, something a little different. Then we have shade Charming, which is kind of like a murky green to orange. So also a little bit in the green realm. I think this will go very well with the shade. Yeah. Very warm, very grungy. Then we have shade Seductive, which is kind of like a yellow to green. This palette is really surprising me. I was not expecting this to be this green, but it's also really how you like look upon the palette, because it has all these shifts. Sometimes the shades look a little bit more pink and sometimes they look a little bit more green or yellowish, or yeah, it kind of depends how you look at it. But this is so cool. Like this looks really good. It's really warm, it's really shifty, it's really like murky, but in kind of like a fresh way. Really interesting. Then we have shade Rich, and this is a very interesting shade. I think this is a multichrome. So we have kind of like a cool tone purple base, and then it goes from yellow to kind of like a bright mint, like minty blue. I see a lot of different shades in here. So, okay, very purple in the base, a very nice shift to it. And then we have shade Magnetic. This is, ooh, it's kind of like a toned down purple to pink to green. Also a lot of green in the shift. Like, these shimmers are gonna go well with both the warm tones, the purple tones, and the green tones. And I think like these shimmers really tie the whole palette together. Okay, that is stunning. I think these shimmers are on another level. Just looking at these shifts and the shine, it looks so good. That's really nice. Then we have the last shimmer in the palette, and that is shade Allure, and this seems to be almost more of a satin. It is a murky green kind of satin shade, but I think it's still gonna have quite some like pigment and shine to it, but it's just a little bit more satin. Okay, are we gonna fit the mattes on here? I think I'm just gonna do it, because I'm not gonna give you a close-up. I'm not gonna take a picture of this. Like, I know that this is not gonna be like winning any beauty contests. I just wanna like experience these eyeshadows together. So the next shade is a Lover, and this is kind of like a reddish brown, almost a little bit like a wine shade. And I think that looks really nice, very pigmented. Then we have shade Devotion, which is kind of like a bright peach, like a really bright peach. Stunning. Then we have shade Cherish, which is a cool toned mid-tone purple. Very beautiful. And then we have shade Intimate, and this is also a pretty cool tone purple, but it is just a bit darker. Okay, I really love how this is looking so far. Well, I'm saying so far, but I have one last shade to swatch. Okay, last shade is Passion, and this is a kind of a mix between a brown and a green. It's a brown with quite a green undertone, so that's gonna be really nice to deepen up those greens with. Okay, this is a palette. Let's see, I think this looks amazing. The shimmers look stunning. I see a lot of options here. I really like the shifts we have. I'm really excited. I'm into this. Okay. We're gonna do some eyeshadow. We're gonna use the palette. I am gonna get some of this hair out of my face. I look crazy. How do people do this and look good? I also feel like in the end my hair still looks different, but maybe that's because of the curls. Okay, wow, amazing, beautiful. I am very excited to try this palette. By the way, on the day that this arrived, I actually made another order on Glaminatrix, because I remembered that there's kind of like a point system, and I've never used it, but I had some points and I was like, you know what, could be interesting. I kind of want to try this palette. It was like the Fairy Lights eyeshadow palette, so I made an order for that with the points, and I'm excited to try that one out as well. I'm just a big fan of this brand. Okay, what should we do? There are so many options. There are so many beautiful shimmers. I think I'm gonna go with Admire, this shade, the pinky shade, and then Lover in the crease. I'm gonna start out with that, and then I'm gonna decide what shimmer I'm gonna use, and it's gonna be basically impossible. Like, how can I choose? I don't know. Alright, the pink is pretty powdery in the pan, but I would say that all of these shades are a little powdery in the pan. Nothing I hate enough to subtract points for my review, but I always like to mention it if it's like noticeable, if it's visible. By the way, it is once again raining. It is dark and it is raining every day, and if we're lucky we're getting like a storm or some crazy winds. So that is what is going on nowadays in the background of my videos, but Trying to be not too much of a perfectionist about it, because then I would not upload anymore. Okay, the pink. Let's do the red. Just focusing that on the outer corner with the same brush, because it's a pretty similar shade, just darker. I think these are blending together pretty easily. I don't have to be too precise. It's not too pigmented, but it is pigmented. Like sometimes I don't feel like putting in all the work for a crazy pigmented eyeshadow that is just a bit of work to apply. I feel like at this point the perfume is almost starting to smell a little bit like a Christmas cookie. Like there's something about it, like the spices and the vanilla together, it's just almost like edible at this point. Okay, what are we gonna do with the shimmers? I'm gonna apply the shade. They all swatched so good. I'm gonna apply the shade Magnetic. That was one of my favorites, but honestly, all of these are so... Oh, wow. Wow. That is absolutely breathtaking. That is, and there's still so much on my finger. Okay, that is, I think, so far the most beautiful shimmer I have tried by Glaminatrix. It's really nice. I hope you can see the shine and the shift. I really like that. I really like that. Okay, let's move on to the shade Rich. This one also stunning. It just looks like it's actual, like, I don't know, a beaming light on your lids. Wow, it is so shiny. I'm impressed. I think I'm just gonna do on the lower lash line with the matte what I did at the top, but I want to try like another shimmer on the lower lash line as well. Yeah, I'm first just gonna start with the pink and then the brown red. It's a little messy now, but I will clean it up later. Okay, now it's really messy. I feel like I need to apply a little bit more of the red brown matte over here. I feel like then it will look a little bit more cohesive. Yes, I like that more. Sometimes I forget this step and then I watch back a video and I'm mad at myself. Okay, I think I want to apply one of the more green, like shifty shades on the lower lash line. One of these. I think I'm gonna go with the shade Charming. I have a good feeling about that one. But I think both of these would be so pretty. Because it's like pinky, corally, but it's also green if you like turn your head a certain way. Once again, this shimmer is so bright. I love it. Okay, I want to do one last thing for this look because I don't want it to make... I can't speak anymore. Because I don't want to make it too complicated. I want to use the light pink matte Intoxicating. And I want to use that as my inner corner highlight. I want to see how pigmented this is. Wow, that is very pigmented. Sometimes I just feel like light mattes are just a little too weak for this step. But this one, wow. This is one where I would go into this palette to use this because I feel like this would go well with a lot of looks that I do. The pinks and the purples and the peaches would be great. Do I want to do something kind of for a liner? A little bit of liner? I think I'm gonna grab the darkest green. I know I said I was gonna stop, but I'm just feeling the inspiration. We're just gonna do it. I'm gonna grab a brush. What kind of brush? A brush. A flat brush. And I'm just gonna like add a little bit of depth. I don't want it to overtake the look. Just a little bit of a eyeshadow liner. That's just adding a little something. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop working on my eye look. I really love it so far. So we're just gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna finish off the rest of my makeup and then we can do some lip swatches. I think this is probably one of the best looks, like one of my favorite looks I have done all year. Like the makeup releases that I have tried these past few weeks were just amazing. And this is another one of them. Like, I really love the shifts, the tones, the pigment, the blend. I am really excited. Okay, we have 2 more things to try, and I'm gonna start with the shade 03 Exquisite Mauve. And the reason why I decided to buy more was because this staff product was amazing in the Valentine's Day collection. I loved it. And then when I went back for more, they were all out, and I was expecting the same here. So if you haven't seen my holiday premiere video, these are the 2-in-1 like lipstick and gloss lip products from the holiday premiere collection by Kiko Milano. And on the lipstick side we have this embossing, and this is just a really nice lipstick on its own, but then we have the gloss as well, and together it just looks really nice. So I forgot to apply a lip balm, and I'm kind of regretting that, but we're gonna see if this works on top of dry lips. Okay, this one is pulling pretty vampy on me, but I think it's also my coloring, and it's also a little bit like the rest of the makeup. I think for a lot of people who are less fair than me, than I am, this is gonna be more like nude almost. It's not really nude, it's definitely very mauve, leaning a little bit berry, but it's not gonna look as vampy on everyone. So keep that in mind. Like, my coloring tends to do this to lip products. Okay, let's apply the gloss. I just really love how that looks together. I already had the shade Unique Brown. That was the shade that I already had, and after I had applied it on the day that I did my holiday premiere video, it just wore for a very long time and very beautifully, very flattering. It was stunning. Like, I love that one, and it is just very, like, it feels very nice, it looks very nice, and it just stays on for a long time. I really like this with the look, actually. I'm kind of regretting not putting this one on as the second shade. Okay, let's apply shade 01 Enchanting Nude. And like, this looked really promising. This looks really good. This is the lipstick side. It is just, I don't know what I would call this. Just a really nice nude shade. Let's see. Okay, that's very nude. I have like naturally pretty pigmented lips. So very nude nudes don't always work on me the best. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of a lip liner just to see if I can make this like blend in a little better. I'm just gonna take the Line Loud lip pencil in Global Citizen from NYX. Okay, now I really like it. I think it's gonna be blended in a little bit better with the gloss, but now I really like the shade. I think it's a little too light and leaning just slightly peachy too much for me to like wear it on its own. Yeah, let's just apply the gloss. I hope that's gonna blend it all together. I think that looks really nice. I feel like I did overline a little bit more than I usually do. I have to get used to that new lip shape, but I really like the color. I think it's just so flattering. I don't know what they put in this. I don't know how they do it. Like, the lipstick on its own already feels so nice and kind of hydrating, and then with the gloss it just looks like very flattering, very on trend. I'm a big fan. So this is gonna be the finished look. Everything that I have tried in this video was a huge hit. I am so excited, and that was kind of the goal. I just wanted to show you these really exciting products that I picked up at some point recently. Yeah, I'm such a big fan. I'm such a big fan. These lip products, I just really love these. The perfume, I'm so happy that I bought the right one. I really like the gold one. It's just so warm and kind of spicy without being too heavy. I would say that the spices are almost a little bit gingerbread-esque. Like, they are making me think a bit of that. It just gives me the Christmassy vibes in that sense. And I'm just a fan. Like, the other one I felt smelled a little too musky powdery for me. It's not my type of scent. I feel this one is not a dupe, but a replacement, like a vibe replacement for the new Jo Malone ginger cookie scent that I also got, by the way. It's in the drawer behind me, but that's also how I can tell you that they are like giving me a little bit of a same feeling. They don't smell the same at all. Like that one smells way more like a cookie. This is way less something where you can discern what it's supposed to smell like. But it's the same warmth and spiciness, and I really like it, and I'm just very happy with that one. And I still stick by my statement that I think Kiko Milano makes amazing perfumes. Like I have 2 of their perfumes already and I wear them a lot. Like I'm a big fan. Then the Rich Romantic palette, I think this is gonna be a huge favorite. Like my eyeshadow looks amazing. It is just right up my alley. The shades are amazing. It just makes it very special. Like the green, purple, peachiness. I just love it. I feel very pretty in this. The shimmers I still have to try on the eyes, but they swatched. They swatched, like they look a little crazy now. They swatched very beautifully. I'm going to be testing them out and I'm going to be telling you how I feel later on in an updates video. And yeah, it's going to be everything. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.